let's just get greasy. Let's get it. Let's go.
Alright, so the guinea pig we have for the testing is the trusty B18 block, and we'll give you guys a rundown of that in just a second. Oh look, they broke the fucking valve cover. Get a new one. Probably get one that says Skunk 2 on it or something. So yeah, I'm gonna tear down this motherfucking block and cylinder head. We're gonna tear it down to bare bone. Then we're gonna have a cleaned up machine and all that stuff. So there we go. Katana Garage, yo. Katana Files, yo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got that b18b teardown going on in progress, you know what I mean? I'm just supervising, you know what I mean? We got the young tech in the building, you know what I mean? Young gold brain in the building, you know what I mean? Yeah, so we getting it done. So this is the b18b. We are dissecting the beast. Yeah, so now you gotta hold that, support that. That's going in the trash because we're gonna be turboing that. Say the O2 sensor though. No, fuck it. Try the trash anyway. Hey man, hydrate. Yeah. Man, he said, that's what's up, you know? Katana Garage, get with it. I mean, that's how we do it over here. Big boy shit, you know what I'm saying? Don't play, you know what I mean? Yeah. So that right there shall be the track build, and this is day one of the teardown. This motor did not come out of this car. This is the B18B1. This is what I'm gonna be using to race on the track, and I got it all tore down. Those pistons won't be using all that stuff, and pretty much all I'm gonna be using is the block. So yeah, this is gonna be going to the machine shop to get honed, get a line honed along through the mains right here, and then go ahead and get the sleeves put in, titanium sleeves, because this block is going to be seeing a lot of boost, hopefully around 40 pounds of boost, you know what I mean, safely. So I chose the B18B1. A lot of guys go with the B18C1. The B18C1 is the VTEC comparison. This one is not this one's the non-VTEC pretty much. So I chose this one because it's low compression, and if you want to play with a lot of boost, you need low compression. I've got a slightly bigger motor. It's a 1.8 liter. We got it out of the Acura Integra for 94 to 99. You'll notice my sleeves. So I got some iron ductile sleeves in here. I went ahead and chose the ductile compared to the titanium because the ductile is much stronger than titanium, as to where the titanium can handle a lot of heat pressures up to 5,000 degrees. But I don't know about you, I'm not about to see 5,000 degrees on my block. I don't see the need to put titanium in there because it's softer than iron. So I just went ahead and did the iron ductiles, and I'm happy with them, and they're pretty thick. So I got the cylinders at, originally were at 81 millimeters. So I bored them out to 84.5 millimeters. Then I resized them with the sleeves back to the original standard size, 81 millimeters, just to give me that extra reinforcement inside the cylinder wall when I see that extra high pressures, because this will be a force induction application. I'll be running a 64 millimeter turbo on here, so I want to make sure that I got all the reinforcement I could possibly need. This block has been CNC'd. I took it down to my guy's
I want to say shout out to LMB Con Rod Shop and Motor Works Machine Shop out there in San Diego. They do a great job, as well as some other guys who I can't really mention, but those guys really do a good job as far as blacklisted race applications. And so, yeah, shout out to them one time. Come over here to the bench. You notice that I got the Wisecos right here, and this is what I'll be using for my internals. I'll be using the Wiseco forged piston kit along with the King Racing Performance bearing. I chose these over the ACLs because I figured after reading and researching the product line, just the metallurgy of these bearings, the makeup of the bearings are way better to me, in my opinion, than ACL. So I went with the Kings pretty much, because these bearings, they can pretty much act like NASCAR applications, pretty much, where they just see heat a lot. They love that, so they won't break down over long periods of time. So I chose that. For the connecting rods, I'm going to be using the Skunk 2 Alpha Pro Series H beams. This is what that is. So that's the part number right there. Yeah, boom. So I'll be dropping that in. That's what they look like. And so I'm gonna show you guys how I put those together in another video. But for today, I'm gonna be focusing on pretty much the ring end gaps, what I'll be gapping my rings to, and respectively for each board. And yeah, so let's do it. After I did my math, this is what Wiseco recommends. Wiseco, on their little sheet here, recommends that whatever your bore size is, you times that by the rating that they give you in this chart. So for instance, my bore size is going to be 82 millimeters. You want to divide that by 25.4. So when you divide that by 25.4, it gives you 3.228. So based off Wiseco's chart, Wiseco wants you to go your bore size times the application. So in our case, the application would be 0.005. So I went ahead and did that. So my bore size divided by 25.4 gave me 3.228, and then 3.228 times 0.005 for the turbo or nitrous application is equivalent or equals to 0.016, which would be their specification as far as their specified measurement for the top ring. Now, in my opinion, I consider that to be a little small, that 16, because you got to think about it. The compression ring, the ends are gonna, as it expands under compression, the ends are gonna want to close together. Now, 16 thousandths of an inch is pretty darn tight. So in my expertise, in my opinion, I know that I want to be unlimited to the amount of boost pressure that I could run. So I know most V8s and Hemis that I do on like nitrous setups or supercharged setups, I do the ring end gaps at 28 thousandths of an inch, because those are bigger applications. However, with my race application, which is the a smaller block, which is the 1.8 liter, I'm going to be going ahead and doing a 20,000 ring end gap, as you can see there, on my top compression ring, and then on my bottom compression ring, I'm gonna be doing a 25 thousandths of an inch. So some people might bash me in the comment section saying, man, well, you're not following Wiseco's procedure, or however you pronounce it, Wiseco or Wiseco, whatever. Some people are gonna say you're not following the procedure, but I just consider that to be really tight of a small of a gap, and I don't want to have a catastrophic failure with my engine. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it on the safe side. It can't hurt to run a little bit more and bigger on the end gap, because I am boosting. This is not NA application, so I just wanted to go ahead and put that out there. So Yeah, so you're about to file your compression rings. You want to grab all your compression rings out the box. So I grabbed all mine out the box. They came in a little box like this. So when I grab the box, it's a good practice to go ahead and label the boxes that they came out of to the respective board that you're going to be filing and measuring the compression rings to. So for my first compression ring, my top compression ring, I got it squared down in the bore already. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can fit 20 thousandths of an inch in between there, and if I can't, just gonna be placing it down in there and trying to get that target measurement. So trying to put that 20, not working. So I'm gonna get my ring up and then take it over to the file real quick. Boom. And then I'm gonna gently just file one edge and hold it nice and firm and square. Make sure you're not tapering it. I'm gonna verify that I got a nice straight edge. So I like to do that. And then take it back over to the bore. And I'm working with my number 1 cylinder. So I got a little bit of oil in the cylinder already to help the compression ring slide. I'm gonna use my piston carefully to square it down into the bore. That's pretty square. Yeah, that's pretty square right there. Nice. Now I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can achieve that 20 thousandths of an inch. And not quite there. So got a little bit more filing to do. A little bit more filing to do. Not quite there yet. Set it like that. Make sure it's nice and square. Boom. See if we can get that 20 thousandths. No, not even close. Not even close. We gotta file some more. So nice. Now I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can achieve that 20 thousandths of an inch. And not quite there. So got a little bit more filing to do. See if I can get it. It is a tedious procedure, but it must be done. This is the difference between a long-lasting engine and an engine that's not going to last very long. Still can't get there. Just a little bit more. Yeah, the second ring should be easier because it's softer material. Yeah, this is a timely procedure. After filing and filing and filing, I have now come to my target measurement, which is 20 thousandths of an inch. So I'm gonna go ahead and place the number one compression ring into my number one cylinder as to get the reading. So let's see. Put it square down into the bore. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw 16 thousandths at it. 16 thousandths of an inch. And that should just slide right in. Yeah, just like that. See that? Right in there. Perfect. And let's go try 20 thousandths of an inch. See what that does. Oh yeah. Perfect. Slide in nicely. Perfect. Okay, so that number one compression ring is now finished. I'm gonna go ahead and check for burrs at the end, because I only filed one side. It's not really any burrs. I'm gonna go ahead and just give it a nice little touch. After all said and done, I'm gonna be spraying down the engine with some compressed air, as far as to get any type of metal shavings that might be left over in there from the machine shop or anywhere. And there is a little bit of burrs there. So there it is, nice and square. Nice and square. Yeah. So this top ring is now complete. Just go ahead and throw that in the box. And you're gonna be checking all compression rings respectfully to their bores. So that's how we do it. That's how I do it. On to the rest. Let's just go ahead and focus on our second compression ring. And the second compression ring, as I stated before, you can be able to differentiate it from the top ring because it has a step down. It has a groove in the base of the ring itself. So I'm not sure if I could get the camera to focus, but there's a step down on this ring, and as well as the tension on the ring is much softer compared to the top compression ring, which is going to be a lot harder to compress. So the material on this ring is going to be a lot softer, like I said before, so the filing process is not that long and tedious as it was for the first one. I already went ahead and filed down my desired target measurement, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and verify in the board that it's at that target measurement. So remember, I put my number one compression ring at 20 thousandths of an inch, and you always want your second compression ring to be at least 5 thousandths of an inch over or larger than your top ring, which was at 20,000 in this instance. So I'm gonna go ahead and set that down on the board real quick. It's my number one cylinder. It's my second compression ring. And go ahead and square it up with the piston. Nice and square there. By square meaning flush in the board. I'm gonna go ahead and verify that 25. So here we go on my feeler gauge. Got 25 on there. There you go, 25 right here. So this is the target that we're going for. So I'm gonna go in, try to see if I can get it through the gaps. There we go. And nice and through there, nice and through there. Perfect.
just to make sure that it's nice and so it goes all the way up, in and out, without any type of interference. And I can't fit a bigger number down in there, just so you can see what I'm seeing. So here's my feeler gauge down between the compression ring. As you can see, it's nicely squared against the board, up and down through the groove. No binding or nothing. So that's how you want all of your compression rings to be, pretty much across the board on each cylinder. You want your top ring to be, for me, for boost, I want my top ring to be at 20 thousandths of an inch. So that's gonna be 0.020. And then I want my bottom compression ring to be at 0.025. So that's what this is. As soon as you get your target measurement, just go ahead and throw them back in the box, labeled to its respective cylinder. So all these rings are pretty much done. As you can see, I went ahead and labeled them. So this is for all these rings here are gonna be for my number 1 cylinder. So these are done. So I'm gonna proceed to filing and prepping the number 2 cylinder compression rings. And then the procedure is pretty much the same. So went ahead and labeled my box, cylinder number 2, and then I'm just gonna start filing